The year is 51 BC, a time when the world was vastly different from what we know today. Ancient Egypt shimmers under a blazing sun, its golden sands stretching endlessly, reflecting the grandeur of a civilization that has stood the test of time. Along the majestic Nile, a new pharaoh is about to take the throne, bringing with her hopes of a prosperous future. Her name echoes through the grand halls of Alexandria, Cleopatra, a name that would be remembered for centuries. She is young, intelligent and ambitious, a woman destined to leave an indelible mark on history. Her story, a tapestry of power, love and tragedy, is about to unfold, woven with threads of intrigue and passion. Cleopatra VII, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic kingdom, was no ordinary queen. She was a force of nature, a woman who defied the conventions of her time. She was a woman of extraordinary intellect, fluent in 9 languages, a scholar and a strategist. Her charm was legendary, her wit as sharp as the blade of an asp, captivating all who crossed her path. She inherited a kingdom on the brink of collapse, yet she dared to dream of restoring Egypt to its former glory, a vision that would require both cunning and courage. The Egypt Cleopatra inherited was a land of contrasts, a place where the ancient and the modern coexisted in a delicate balance. It was a place where ancient traditions met the ambitions of a new world power, Rome, creating a complex and often volatile political landscape. Cleopatra, a skilled diplomat, understood the precarious position of her kingdom. She knew that survival depended on her ability to navigate these treacherous waters. She knew that to save Egypt, she would need to forge alliances, even if it meant risking her heart. Her relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony would become legendary, shaping the course of history. Born in 69 BC, Cleopatra was a Ptolemy, a descendant of Alexander the Great's general. Her childhood was steeped in the grandeur of the Egyptian court, a whirlwind of political intrigue and intellectual pursuits. From a young age, Cleopatra witnessed the machinations of power, learning the art of diplomacy and strategy. Unlike many royal women of her time, Cleopatra was highly educated. She excelled in mathematics, astronomy and philosophy. She was also a shrewd observer of human nature, a skill that would serve her well in the years to come. Cleopatra's education extended beyond the classroom. She traveled throughout Egypt, immersing herself in its rich culture and understanding the needs of her people. This connection with her subjects would later become a source of her strength. In 48 BC, a powerful Roman general named Julius Caesar arrived in Egypt, embroiled in a civil war with his rival Pompey. Cleopatra, recognizing an opportunity, sought Caesar's support. Legend has it that she had herself smuggled into his presence, rolled up in a carpet. Caesar, captivated by Cleopatra's intelligence and charm, was smitten. He agreed to help her reclaim the throne from her younger brother, Ptolemy XIV. Their alliance, however, blossomed into a passionate love affair. This alliance with Caesar was a strategic masterstroke. It secured her position as the sole ruler of Egypt and gave her the backing of the most powerful man in the Roman Republic. Their son, Caesarion, was a symbol of their bond and a potential heir to both Egypt and Rome. Cleopatra's reign was not without its challenges. Her relationship with Caesar angered many in Rome, who saw her as a manipulative seductress. In Egypt, she faced opposition from those who resented her alliance with Rome. Her own brother and co-ruler, Ptolemy XIII, posed a constant threat. Cleopatra, with Caesar's help, defeated her brother's forces, securing her grip on power. However, the struggle for control within the Ptolemaic dynasty highlighted the fragility of Cleopatra's position. Despite these challenges, Cleopatra proved to be a capable and astute ruler. She implemented economic reforms, revitalized trade, and restored temples and monuments. She presented herself as the embodiment of Isis, the goddess of motherhood and fertility, solidifying her image as a divine ruler. Section 5. The Queen's Gambit. After Caesar's assassination in 44 BC, Cleopatra found herself once again in a precarious position. The political landscape was shifting rapidly, and she needed to navigate it with utmost caution. Rome was plunged into another civil war, this time between Caesar's adopted son Octavian and his loyal general Mark Antony. The stakes were higher than ever, and the outcome of this conflict would determine the future of the Roman Empire. Cleopatra, ever the strategist, chose her next ally carefully. She knew that aligning with the right power could secure her throne and protect Egypt from Roman domination. She threw her support behind Mark Antony, believing him to be the stronger of the two. Antony's military prowess and ambition made him a formidable ally. Their first meeting in 41 BC was the stuff of legends. Cleopatra's arrival was nothing short of spectacular, designed to impress and captivate. Cleopatra sailed up the river Cydnus to meet Antony in Tarsus, her barge adorned with gold and precious silks. The opulence of her entrance was a testament to her wealth and power. She was dressed as Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love, and Antony, completely smitten, was drawn to her like a moth to a flame. Her beauty and charisma were undeniable. Their relationship was as much political as it was passionate. They spent countless hours discussing strategies and plans for their future. Antony, captivated by Cleopatra's beauty and intellect, became her lover and ally. Together, they formed a powerful duo, both on and off the battlefield. Their alliance, however, would have far-reaching consequences, shaping the fate of both Egypt and Rome. The decisions they made would echo through history, altering the course of empires. Section 6. Love and War in a World of Power. Cleopatra and Antony's relationship was a complex tapestry of love, power, and ambition. They were deeply in love, their passion evident in their lavish displays of affection. They even formed their own drinking club, the inimitable Livers, indulging in extravagant feasts and elaborate games. Politically, their alliance was mutually beneficial. Cleopatra secured Antony's military support, essential for protecting Egypt from her enemies. Antony, in turn, gained access to Egypt's wealth and resources, which he desperately needed to fund his campaigns. Their relationship, however, was not without its critics. In Rome, Antony's infatuation with Cleopatra was seen as a weakness, a betrayal of his Roman heritage. Octavian, Antony's rival, skillfully used this to his advantage, turning public opinion against Antony. Section 7. The Battle of Actium, tides turn, fortunes fall. The alliance between Cleopatra and Antony ultimately led to their downfall. In 31 BC, their combined forces clashed with Octavian's fleet at the Battle of Actium, off the western coast of Greece. The battle, a pivotal moment in Roman history, would seal their fate. Cleopatra, present at the battle with her own fleet, made a fateful decision. As the tide of the battle turned against them, she ordered her ships to break through the enemy lines and flee back to Egypt. Antony, seeing his lover fleeing, abandoned his own troops and followed her. Their retreat from Actium was a strategic blunder. It left their forces in disarray and gave Octavian a decisive victory. The defeat at Actium marked the beginning of the end for Cleopatra and Antony. Section 8. A Serpent's Embrace, the final act. After their defeat at Actium, Cleopatra and Antony returned to Egypt. Their dreams of a shared empire shattered. Octavian, hot on their heels, pursued them to Alexandria. Trapped and facing certain defeat, Antony, believing Cleopatra to be dead, fell on his sword. Cleopatra, devastated by Antony's death and unwilling to be paraded through the streets of Rome as Octavian's captive, chose her own end. In a final act of defiance, she is said to have taken her own life by allowing an asp, a venomous Egyptian cobra, to bite her. Her death on August 12, 30 BC, marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the absorption of Egypt into the Roman Empire. Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, met her end with the same courage and dignity she had displayed throughout her reign. Section 9. Cleopatra's enduring legacy. Cleopatra's story, a captivating blend of fact and fiction, has resonated throughout history. Her life has been the subject of countless books, movies, and scholarly debates, each trying to unravel the mystery of who she truly was. She was a woman of remarkable intelligence, ambition, and political acumen. Her ability to speak multiple languages and her deep understanding of politics made her a formidable leader. She ruled Egypt during a time of great turmoil, navigating the treacherous waters of Roman politics with skill and audacity. Her alliances with powerful Roman figures like Julius Caesar and Mark Antony were both strategic and personal. Despite her tragic end, Cleopatra remains a figure of enduring fascination. Her death marked the end of an era, but her legend lived on, inspiring generations to come. She has been immortalized in literature, art, and film, her story told and retold through the ages. From Shakespeare's plays to Hollywood blockbusters, Cleopatra's image has been a source of endless inspiration. She is remembered as a symbol of female power, a queen who dared to challenge the might of Rome. Her courage and determination have made her an icon of strength and resilience. Cleopatra's legacy is complex and multifaceted. She was not just a ruler, but also a mother, a lover, and a patron of the arts. Her contributions to culture and politics were profound. She was a shrewd politician, a loving mother, and a patron of the arts. Her ability to balance these roles made her a unique and powerful figure in history. She was a product of her time, but also a woman ahead of her time. Her vision and leadership continue to be studied and admired. Her story, a timeless tale of love, power, and tragedy, continues to captivate and inspire us today. Cleopatra's enduring legacy is a testament to her extraordinary life and the indelible mark she left on history.